So Cohasset is paying on average for a median student $11,721. Hingham is paying $9,740. Hull is paying $13,419. The SAT scores are Cohasset 1671, Hingham 1683, and Hull only 1481. Why is that?
Can we also look at the median household income in each one of those communities? Because
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
a very telling fact, and we're at the bottom.
Yes, we are,
So
and we're
our
paying
school
more per
district-
median,
For a
yeah.
lot of these kids, our school district is the nurse and the parent and the guardian, and they're doing everything. So they have a bigger job to begin with to bring some of these kids up to the same level that some of these kids in these other communities are coming in at.
You kind of have to bring the socioeconomic piece into it a little bit. I mean, we've done some research as far as because from our Chapter 70 funding, it's based on the median income.
Yeah.
But when you look at the demographics of our children, we're significantly higher than a lot of these communities. And providing service to those students is typically a little bit more expensive. You know,
What would you say a comparison is with
we're
Chapter
about
7?
24%. I don't know what.
24.9 is what
What is
the
it?
the superintendent has stated on numerous occasions that 24.9% of our population is at or below poverty level.
That's based on 2006 figures. You can
Okay, so
economy
that's a
over the last
recent,
And they're
yeah, but
years.
that's the figure that's used here, is 24.9%.
So if Hull's only spending 35%,
Yeah.
I mean, relatively based on percentage of total budget, that sounds pretty efficient. If you look at all the other sectors, Marshfield's 57%, Kingham's 48%, Cohasset's about the same.
But you still go by the median per student, how much you're actually paying.
There's more people, so it's gonna wrap.
No, it's percentage of the budget, anything amount.
I mean, I don't think we have a good answer to that question. Trying to do the best we can. We do have a different population, I would argue with you, than the Cohasset kids versus the Hingham kids. We've had the DOE in.
Yeah, we had Roger Hatch from the DOE to give us an explanation of why our dollar per student appeared to be out of whack with surrounding communities. We're a small district, but we still have 3 schools that we have to turn the lights on, we have to heat, we have utilities. We have to transport these children. Gas is the same per gallon as it is for Hingham or Cohasset.
Your vocational
He
kids?
couldn't-
I was going to say, how much do we have to spend on kids that we don't even actually educate? We send it to somewhere else. That's still a cost per child, but we're not actually involved in their
Special
education.
education out of district placements. We have, this current year, we have 28 children, and it's over $1 million for their tuition alone. That does not include
And they may-
transportation.
if
And
they-
then we have, how many vocations? 14?
Just going back to the out of district, can we bring any more kids back to our own district, or have we brought them back?
I know Judy Keene, our special ed director, is really working diligently with the special ed and all those kids to see if we can bring children back, if we can create new programs in-house that would be cost effective to keep the kids here as opposed to providing transportation. So I don't know if we can bring any more back, but I know she's been very diligent about working on it.
I mean, because if we can bring those kids back, that's a cost savings.
We agree.
If an override doesn't go through and we have to cut teachers, class sizes goes up.
Right.
What happens to those classrooms? They remain empty.
Right.
So as a proactive, out-of-the-box, long-term question, if something like that does not go through, are you people looking towards the collaborative or anything else to rent space like you did before? I mean, that's going to generate income, that's going to bring income back to the town. So I want to know, on your side, you being proactive on that end if something does not go through.
That's
those
all
spaces.
ongoing.
Yeah, we've had conversations with the superintendent to bring in more classes from the Social Collaborative or the North River Collaborative. You know, there are a number of collaboratives on the South Shore.
Because obviously, if we can close a high school and close the middle school and keep the Jacob School and the high school open, there's space. So there is space to bring more kids out of district back. If they're trying to take the memorial schools to town hall, obviously there's space if you guys are thinking, you know, put the 8th grade at the high school, and then put the other grades down to Jacobs, there's more space than we think. We should be thinking outside the box to bring more kids back to the system.
entering into these discussions, but I don't want you to think that there's
Well, if you
1,000 empty
have-
classrooms.
But if an override does not go through, I'm saying proactive,
Right,
you're gonna lay off
right.
teachers, which
Yeah.
class sizes are
Right.
gonna go up. And that was my question, I'm not
Right.
saying,
Yeah, no, okay.
you don't have the space, but that's what's gonna happen if an override doesn't go
Right.
through. And you people have to be proactive to generate some revenue back to the school
Right.
system.
We know, that's what we tried to do that this year with